Let's move on and take a look at what's trending on X this morning. And right at the top of that list, we've got hashtag ARVs. I was struggling with this one, SK, because I'm just seeing dribs and drabs of people even asking each other, why are ARVs trending?
And this is the thing, because if you go to X, ARVs is right at the top. It's trending more than any other topic at the moment, and nobody knows why. But then I saw some tweets where people were talking about positive living, just making sure that you take your ARVs, don't get off your ARVs, because the stigma still exists. But it's important for people to make sure that they continue and stay the course. Also, quite a few people posting their pictures showing how they are living a healthy lifestyle and positive living with ARVs while you are HIV positive. So that, and of course, then it brought former President Thabo Mbeki into the conversation as well. And we all remember what happened during the Mbeki administration and what had to be done in order for ARVs, for the massive rollout that subsequently happened. People had to fight for that. Unfortunately, many people died before that became a reality. But I think South Africa subsequently turned the corner in that I think we have the most comprehensive rollout plan now in the world of ARVs, and people encouraging each other to live positively.
You see, this is why you're a smart lady, because we were trying to figure out why are ARVs trending. But let's take a look at the next item on our trends topic this morning, and that's hashtag Edwin Sodi. Edwin's been in the news for a while now, and
the reason he's in the news now is because there's a story that, you remember Edwin Sodi's house?
Yes.
It was valued at 75 million rand. Then it was seized, and suddenly it appeared on some real estate websites. This house was being sold for 75 million. People were asking questions about that, about how come the house is being sold when it's supposed to be, with the asset forfeiture unit. Now it turns out that Sodi has bought his house back. Cash. Cold hard cash. So, the money is, of course, with the asset forfeiture unit, but this is why he's trending now. He has apparently bought that house back.
Cash. 75 million.
Cash.
It's Kapile. Let's take a look at the third item on our trends list this morning, and that's hashtag Hatfield. Now, this, Sakina, around just a lot of people feeling very disgruntled in terms of the provision of services, particularly electricity, in the Pretoria area.
So, Celias Brink, the mayor of the city of Tshwane, of course, posting yesterday some of the activities in Hatfield. So the city had gone out to basically cut off electricity provision to some entities that have not been paying. And some of the pictures that he posted, some of the videos, was of an entity, a place in Hatfield that owed 270,000 rand. And, there was another one that owed 970,000. So the activity was around Hatfield.
But when owe 1,000 rand, 500, not even 1,000, 500.
And this is the unfair discrimination, because you have to ask, how does it get to a point where someone, or be it a business, be it private
individual
entities, how do you get to a point where you owe 1 million rand for electricity?
When others can't even owe 500 rand before they get a termination notice.
Yeah, let me tell you, I once questioned, because, and this is one of the other things I don't understand. In your household, there are only so many people. It's a finite number of people. Your consumption patterns don't fluctuate wildly.
Drastically, yes.
So how is it that my account fluctuates so wildly? What is going on?
And it does.
So you would find easily from one month to the next, it moves by 1,000, 2,000 rand, and you're like, how? What has happened? So you go and query that. Whilst you're querying that,
they cut off your power.
Yeah.
And they say pay first and query later.
Exactly. And you must pay the reconnection fee. And the other
and
issue...
the termination notice fee, because the notice comes with a fee as well.
The pre-termination fee. But you see, the thing is, this only happens to some of us. It doesn't happen to everybody, evidently. So this is something that it's been a huge bugbear of mine. And it's something that the municipalities need to look into, because it's unfair discrimination of the highest order.
They absolutely do have to look into that, because how does anyone have the entitlement to go and owe just under R1 million on electricity?
So so this is why Hatfield is trending, all of those stories. And of course, people also have this thing where they just use the hashtag.
You use the hashtag to get whatever you're tweeting out, because you know that it's trending. All right, let's move on into our trends list and take a look at what else is trending there. Hashtag 63 billion.
So the talk is that 63 billion rand. Remember, we were told earlier in the week that Vodacom and
Kenneth
Makate are now in negotiations, because they tried to get an out-of-court settlement on the table. So it seems as though 63 billion rand is the magic number.
It's a good number.
Like, can you imagine? Like, I went to bed yesterday. This morning I wake up.
You wake up and like 63 billion, Sakina.
Eh? What did you do?
Everything.
You know, unfortunately,
my parents.
Yeah, this is in the public domain. It has been, so everybody knows. But you know, I usually think about monies like these. Like, for example, if you were to win the lottery, what would you do?
I wouldn't tell anyone.
I wouldn't tell anyone either. I would come to work, act as if nothing happened. I would just be a much happier person.
Me too.